guys, it's Angie Bell with My Fairy Treasures. Okay guys, what I want to share with you guys is I told you I would come back and show you some Christmas gifts that you can make. And I did use the papers from my Christmas line, from my Shabby Chic Pink Christmas printables. So, and I'll probably at the end go over some of the printables so you can see them in my Etsy shop. The printables are, every 5 printables is $2, okay? And my Etsy shop is My Fairy Treasures, and there's a clickable link below. So what I did is I just took a, what do you call this? One of these. What is this called? Composition notebook. And just made a notebook out of it, okay? Or like a journal. I'll call this a journal because we're going to call this a notebook. And I covered it with my printables. Then, and I used the, like those stickers that look like metal, like Tim Holtz from Dollar Tree. Aren't those fabulous? I love those. Love those. You know what? I have another idea too. It's right in front of me. All right, we might put those on. Okay. Anyway, and then so we'll call this a journal. And if you want, you can keep covering it, especially if it's for a gift. You can cover the inside with my printables or printables that you have, or scrapbook paper. You could also do the back, and you could also do it here, okay? And I'm going to show you how I do it so that it looks really nice like this, the little technique that I use. So we'll do that together too. Then, so this is a journal. This can be a little notebook, again, made with my printables. Oh, let me show you my printables on this one. Okay. And then there's this one. My pink Shabby Chic Christmas printables. Okay. And this is a notebook. Just a little notebook. And inside you open it and you have a list pad full of copy dyed paper and some other paper that I have. This is some I think it's Japanese calligraphy paper. I put that in here too. And I did it on both sides. Okay. Put some little labels that I've made at the top. Bam. Wouldn't this be the cutest thing for Christmas for somebody? Because they could put this in their purse and they could put this in their purse too. This is a pen holder. Isn't that beautiful? Also, I have a clip on it because if you do junk journaling or art journaling or any type of journaling, you could also put this on, clip it on. Okay. Like this right here could be clipped on. Well, I don't want to do that right now and mess anything up. So let me just show you. See, you can clip this onto a page. See how that clips on? Because I put that on the back. And I'll show you how to do that too. So, I just think this is the sweetest little set for Christmas. What do you guys think? And also, this can be as a gift, or you can also put this in your junk journal. You could also put this in your junk journal. This little journal here, this little notebook or journal. You can put that in your junk journal too. So, I'm going to say Christmas gifts and junk journaling ephemera. So, okay, so we're going to make all 3 of these things. And I've done some prepping before I started this video so that we don't take forever to do everything. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is cover the composition notebook. So that's the first thing we're going to do. So here's a composition notebook. I buy them 40-50 at a time because I also sell my own artwork and apply my own artwork onto these composition notebooks and turn them to like little journals and sell them in my Etsy shop. So I pick up these during the school year when they're 50 cents. So make sure you do that if you want to be able to cover composition notebooks and turn them into like little journals. So I'll buy like 50 at a time because it only cost me $25 because they're only 50 cents each at that time during the school season. Okay, so we're not covering it with this, but this is going to be a notebook. And because I did it horizontally, this is going to be perfect to make a little notebook out of because all we have to do is go in half, right? And I created all this to go in half this way for making signatures also. Okay, so let me show you that one. Okay. And then vertically, now these 2 are vertical. because I want this to cover. This one is also going to be used to make the pencil or pen holder. And this one, okay, so let me let you look at that. Okay. And then I'm using the same one here to cover this. This is printed on photograph paper, okay? See how it has the nice sheen to it? This one doesn't. This one's going to be used for the pen holder. Now, you don't have to do the one with the sheen. In fact, you guys saw this. Let me show you the difference. If you don't want to have to put it onto photograph paper, you just want to put it on regular cardstock, that's the difference. So I did cardstock here, and this one's I'm going to use photograph paper. So you can use either one, okay? And I can't say one looks better than the other because sometimes, I can't say one's better than the other because some people like a real matte looking finish and some people like a shinier finish. I do actually like it printed onto the photograph paper. So you guys, I'm going to get rid of all these white lines real quick with my paper shredder with my cutter here, and I'll be right back. Let me get all the little white lines off of this. Okay, so I went around and I took off all those the little white lines going around it. Okay, now you have to make a decision of what you want to keep and what you want to take away in this. So let me show you. So I definitely want this here. So if I do it like that, that's going to be cutting it off. So I'm going to turn this over. And let me tell you the reason why I'm doing it like this. Nothing is, most of the time, nothing's truly square. This way, lining it up like this, then you don't have to worry about measuring and then things being too short or too wide. In fact, you'd rather have things a little bit too wide or too long, not too short. That's why I do it like this, okay? And the reason I'm turning it over like this is because this is what it's gonna trim off. And then I'll be able to keep my little figure in the corner. So I'm going to take a pen. If you're using just if you're just using cardstock, then you can use a pencil. But because we're doing this, I need to use a pen on photo paper because it's that shininess. Okay, and I just go like this. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to get my slicer back out. And I like to use my slicer because then I make sure that I get everything really nice and straight. When you cut it with scissors, I mean, if that's what you have, then that's what you can use. But if you have a slicer, use that. And if you don't have a slicer, I would definitely get one in your life because when you're crafting, junk journaling, even arting, this really helps to have a slicer. Okay. Now usually I'm a little bit long at the bottom, which I just trim off at the end. But this way I never usually end up short. So just a second, I just dropped this little piece. All right. Let's bring this back over, our composition notebook. Oh, we're going to slice one more time. Now, it's always too big because look, what I want is I want this black to show. So what I do is I put it like this and you can see. And the reason you want this little bit of this black to show because you don't want to be in here or there's stress right here and it's going to bring it up. So what I do is I just slice off the tiniest amount so it gets me to like right there because that's what where you want to be, okay? But first, don't try to get there. Just get yourself to the basics like I showed you, or you may end up cutting too much off, okay? So, and I don't want to cut on this side to trim it off because I love my little dolls right there, right? So I'm going to take it off of here. Now you don't take off a lot, and I mean the tiniest amount, like 1/8 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch, something like that. Not even 1/4, a little less. See, look, let me show you how much. Just that. Look how small that is. That's what you want to take off. And I might take off a little more. Let's just see, but I probably not. Look, I took off just that little amount, and look what it did. See how perfect that is? So that's where we want to be, okay? All right, next thing is this is a super important part. Take yourself a standing block, and you want to rough up where you're going to glue this down at. This will give this whole thing some tooth, because everything has a little bit, it may have wax on it, it may be, it has a shininess to it, not wax, but it has some type of coating on it. And we're taking that coating off and roughing up everything. And then this way, and you can get this at Dollar Tree, or just a piece of sanding paper. This ensures adhesion, okay? You're giving some tooth, you're taking off any of the, whatever they have on here, you get rid of that, okay? And also just rough it up here a little bit. And definitely rub it off on this black, okay? Because that's really what we're going to attach it to. Okay, then go around with a paper towel and just get rid of all the dust. Okay, that's a super important part. If you do that, you're going to have good adhesion and you're not going to have things lifting up on you. Okay, so now let's take this, and we're going to take some double stick tape that I got at Dollar Tree. And this double stick tape works great for this. I would not use glue. Well, glue for one, because both things have a little bit of a sheen to them, wouldn't stick good. But this double stick tape from Dollar Tree, you get it in the crafter section, is excellent. I try to make sure I always have like 10 rolls of this on hand. And I know that sounds crazy, but I do a lot of junk journaling. I do a lot of art journaling. And when you need this double stick adhesive, Dollar Tree doesn't, they pretty much carry it all the time, but there's times where they don't carry it. And you can't find it anywhere. It's happened to me a couple times. So now, when I get down to like 5 rolls of this double stick tape, I buy more. I buy 5 more and just keep my stock up on this. So even crafters out there, you guys, even crafters out there, stock up on this double stick tape, especially at $1.25, because this double stick tape used to be 10 years ago you had to spend like $5 or $6, and hardly any stores even sold it. So I was so excited when I saw the Dollar Tree was gonna have this double stick tape. I was like, I think I saw it on someone's video that they bought the double stick tape from Dollar Tree, and when they created that new craft section that they have now. I ran right to Dollar Tree. I seen it and I was like, oh, I was so excited. Okay. Also, this little picker, you can use this as an awl or a picker. This is great. Dollar Tree. And the reason I always let you guys know, and I've said this a million times, I always will let you know where I get things, how much things are, because there's always new people on here. And I remember when I first started, people wouldn't explain stuff. They would just say, they would just name it, never say where they got it from, never say how much it is. And I had to, you know, had to figure out like, okay, what do you even call that, you know? When I first started in this crazy world of crafting and arting and junk journals and... Okay, so I'm using this to pull this double stick tape off of here. All right, let's go. Okay, there we go. Next, let's go over here. There we go. Okay. Okay. All right. So what I like to do at this point, let me bring this back in, my composition notebook, have it straight. And at this point, I like to stand up, which I'm going to do right now, to get this lined up. And I start at the top and the side. So I try to line it up here at the top and the side here. It's really weird for me because I have this phone in the way. Did I just... All right, hopefully I can do this over this phone. Yeah, I can. All right, so I'm going to the top. So I'm lining up with the top and the side, and then it'll line up there easily. Let's line it up with the top and line it up with the side. There we go. And then I'm going to take my bone folder and go across. If you don't have a bone folder, use the back of a spoon. I've never actually used the back of a spoon. I've just heard it. Everyone always says that. So I guess it works good. I don't know, but I would try that if you don't have this bone folder. But get this bone folder in your life. It will help you out a lot. I have two of them. I even have another one. I never can find that other one. So I try to make sure that I always have this one right here beside me. Okay, you really want to do that good because you want, and I always really make sure my edges are done really good. Go back over the corners. Not the edges, the corners, because those are the ones that can come up. Let's just go over everything one more time. And if you end up a little bit shorter than this and you end up like coming in another, I don't know, 1/8 of an inch or whatever, that's fine. As long as you're on that black, okay? There we go. And then, now what I like to do is I like to open this up. Let me show you. I like to open this up and the corners are rounded on this, right? So then I just go to the corners and just round the corners to match the corners of the composition notebook. Rounding the print here. Okay. And also this is the time also to open it up and look and see if we're a little long here or a little long here or the edges, and I'm just perfect. So I don't have to do anything else. And there we go. Bam, we have it. Now you can make copies more. You can make 4 copies and cover the inside just the way I did the top. You can do that and cover the back, and you can do that and cover the inside here. Okay. Or you could just leave it. I think it looks kind of cool. I think it looks kind of cool, but you might want to, because there's different things here that tell people things. General reference and research sites. Okay, so there's information here. And then back here, there's more information. Look, a multiplication chart, fraction and decimal percentages, metric unit conversions. And I have to remember this because sometimes I have questions about metric unit conversions. A lot of times I just ask my Alexa, but it's nice to have this kind of stuff. Spelling rules, punctuation. Those are quick, easy things that you can always have at your disposal. Yeah. This is cool. Look at this. It tells you numbers. Okay, 1/16 is the fraction. In decimals, it's 0.0265, and then it has it in percentage, 6.25. Isn't that cool? So you can see what it is in fractions, decimals, or percentage. Love that. So anyway, so it's up to you. You might just want to just cover this and maybe just cover the back and leave this so that people have this information, or you have that information in your journal here. Okay, so next, what do you want to do next? Next, let's make the let's make sure what I'm doing. Okay, next let's make the pen holder. And what I need to do is I need to trim off all the white edges from, and this is what you get, these white edges when you printed it out from your printables. Sometimes computers won't do it, and sometimes you do. Mine always, I get the white edges, so we have to trim those off. So I'm going to trim those off, and I'll be right back. Okay, so now we're going to make the pen or pencil holder. Okay, so you want it to be a square. So 6 by 6, 8 by 8, 10 by 10. I found, I did quite a few different ones, and I found the 8 by 8 makes a really nice size, okay? That can fit into a junk journal. It's nice to put into your purse. It's just a nice size. Okay, so we need it, and when you do this, again, just like anything else, you need to decide what you want to keep in and what you don't care to cut out, okay? I definitely want to keep, of course, some of this, okay? Of the beautiful dolls here. So we need to do 8 by 8. And I'm going to turn it upside down because I do not want to cut into those dolls. And I pretty much, this is already almost 8 by 8. I just have to trim a little bit off the end. Or no, I think it's perfectly 8 by 8. Not 8 by 8, it's 8 inches wide. Let me just make sure. All right, there was a tiny amount that had to come off, very little. I knew it was pretty much 8 inches wide. Okay, now we need 8 inches long. So we need to take some off the bottom. I'm not taking it off here because I want to reserve that picture, right? So we're going to make this 8 by 8. There we go. Keep this, super important. When you do this, you use the whole thing. So make sure you keep this. Okay, so now we're going to fold this. Oh, one other important thing. When you print this out, or whatever paper you use, print out your printable first, okay? Let me just see if I can, let me show you on a piece of paper that's not, has anything on it. Okay, you print out your printable, or whatever you're going to use. If you have scrapbook paper, do that. And if you have scrapbook paper, make sure you cut it out 8 by 8, okay? Then put it in your printer. When you put it in your printer, put it face down. The white needs to be face down like that, okay? Then what I did is I wanted to copy, choose what print you want on the inside. I chose this white and pink polka dots. So I put this in my printer face down. I put this on the top because I want this print polka dots to be on the back. Okay? So that's how you do that. Super simple to print on the other side of your printables or your scrapbook paper. Whatever you're using, okay? And that's how I got this on the back, okay? It was white. Now, if you don't want to have to double print like I just did, then you can just have it white, and you're going to see what I'm talking about, okay? All right, so we want to fold this into 3s like this, okay? And keeping in mind that I want to see one of these dolls, so I'm going to do it like this, and then this way, and it's usually about 3 inches. Yeah, this is a little bit shorter than 3 inches, but that's fine. It's right around 3 inches, okay, when you fold it in thirds. Okay. Now open it up and see if everything lines up, because a lot of times you'll be a little bit off when you fold. and I'm just a tiny bit off. Then I can redo that. Perfect. And I usually line it up at the top and make sure everything's lined up. Now see here at the bottom, it's a little bit uneven, so I'm just going to make sure that fold is good. Okay. So get this straightened out before you do any super hard creasing with like the bone folder. Okay, so this is good now. All right, so I'm going to take my bone folder, bam, and really get the folds folded. Now, oh, really quickly, this one is not the vertical, right? Wait, or was this a vertical one when we trimmed this off? Was this a horizontal one? No, this was vertical, huh? Let me just make sure. Let me see what the hell I was doing. Oh, it is vertical. Okay, I'm using the ones that are printed vertically. They're the ones I have ones that I printed vertically, and then I have ones I printed horizontally. Horizontally is just, I do a lot of times so I can just fold them up and put them into signatures. Like, and then the vertical ones, a lot of times, you can use them and fold them up into signatures, but they're the long and tall. But this one, I did use the ones that are long, the vertical, not the horizontal, okay? All right, so we folded that in thirds. Oh, all right, so now we want to do is we want to just fold this over like this. And I already made these before on another video, but I didn't do it and put it as a part of all these gifts. So I'm doing all this because I'm showing you how it all looks really good for the gifts. And maybe you haven't seen this video either, so. All right, so there you go with that. Open this up, and you're going to fold this one back. Okay. Now you see how you see the pink polka dots? And it can be whatever you feel. But you know what? Make it something that it doesn't matter how you print it. It'll come out and look good. Like checks or, you know, these dots. Script may be a little harder. You got to make sure you put it in so it comes out the right way, or maybe upside down, like when you bend it. I would just do something like this. Something that doesn't matter. Stripes, polka dots, whatever. Or some design that it doesn't matter which way you go, the design looks right. Okay? That's what I would choose. Okay, so look at that. See how beautiful that looks? Isn't that fabulous? Okay, so now we need to glue here and here to glue that down. First, let's do the inside. Here and here to glue that down. And you know, I'm going to use my hot glue. I want this to be instant, and I want it to instantly dry. You can use whatever glue you want, but I like the hot glue for this. Again. And then we're not getting something that's super wet either. Okay. So now we have that. And now we need to shut this up too, right? So we're going to need some more hot glue. Another glue stick. Okay. There we go. And then, you know, I have a little bit of excess on the bottom here. I'm just going to trim that real quick. All right. Then we're going to open this up at the bottom. See that at the bottom? We need to close that. So we're going to close that. Okay. We're going to close that. There we go. And look at this. Look how fabulous that. Doesn't that just look fabulous? I like this better than the first one I made. And then look, because this one really lines up with her. Just one second. Okay, and I did use, just to show you which one I used, this is the notebook, but this is the printable that I used if you want to use this one, okay? Okay, I'm just looking here at something. So it's a vertical one, and that's what I used, okay? And when I folded it, I was able to get this doll in focus, okay? So if you want to get the printables, this is the one you're looking for this, okay? You're looking for this one for the notebook, for the journal, and for the journal, vertical. Make sure you get the vertical one for the journal and for this, okay? You can make this out of a vertical piece of paper. If the design is vertical or horizontal, you're fine. This needs to be a vertical design, okay? Because horizontally, if I did it horizontally, we fold in the signatures, it's not going to fit this, okay? So hopefully everything I'm saying is making sense. Okay. And just to show you that a pin can go in here, let's just get a pin. Look. I love these diamond pins from Dollar Tree. Wouldn't that be pretty to give somebody? Oh, I love it. Now, you do not have to put trims. You can, oh wait, before I even do that, we're going to put trims on here, but we got to do the back. Okay, so remember that piece I told you about? We can either use this or we can use the polka dots, or you don't have to put this on at all, okay? I really love seeing this with this. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how you do this, how you put the paper clip on the back. But I'm probably not going to put a paper clip on the back of this one. No, I am. Never mind. I am. Even though I like this because I want to be able to paper clip this in. Okay. Anyway, don't listen to me. And I'm trying to decide if I want this side or if I want this side. Or if I want this on the back. I think I want this. Okay. So what you need to do is decide what do you want at the top? The 25. Oh, we want this. I want the 25 at the top. The 25 is the 25th. All right. So what you're going to do is you're going to get yourself a little piece of cardstock like this. Cut it like that size. You want a paper clip, not a small paper clip, but just like a regular medium-sized paper clip. I have some gold ones. Let's see if I can't quickly find a gold one. If not, I'll use a silver, no major. But let's see if is that a gold one? Nope. I found a gold one. Okay. So let me show you. This is the size I'm talking about. Just not a small one, but just the medium size paper clip. Okay, but I'm going to use this gold one because the gold one is more beautiful, in my opinion. What you want to do is you want to make sure that the long part goes in the front. Okay, like that, and the short goes in the back, and making sure it's in the center. Okay, there we go. That's in the center. Then you want to take a whole bunch of hot glue. This is how this is going to stay. And put that all over the paper clip and the paper. Hurry up and put your piece of cardstock down. Okay, and this is what's going to hold that paper clip in this place. If you have a lot of glue seepage, remove that glue seepage real quick. There we go. Okay. And this is going to hold that paper clip in. Okay. Also, you might have a little bit of, see how you have a little bit of excess here that didn't get glued down? Just glue that down real quick. Okay. Bam. Okay. Then you're going to take this side oops, to the back of this, and we're going to put glue, hot glue, on the whole, on all of this, and glue this in. Okay. Also, I'm just going to get a paper clip just to hold this on while we hot glue this on, so this stays in place. Okay. Also, this here is a little bit longer, just a little bit longer than we need, so I'm going to trim that off the bottom. There we go. And I'm going to start at the bottom gluing. So let's glue this on. Now, if you love what's on the back, you don't have to do this. You don't have to put this paper clip on here. Okay. But it's nice to have the paper clip on here because now you can clip this into your junk journal, clip it onto anything. You know? Now let's take hot glue, go all the way here and glue this down. Okay. So see, now, let me make sure this is glued down well. All right, let's make sure that's glued down well. So now, see, you have this, it can clip onto anything. See? And that clips on. Bam. Fabulous. Isn't that cool? All right, now we're going to decorate it with some trims. Just a second, guys. I'm looking out the window because I just heard someone come through my gate. But good, I think it was the mailman. Okay. So now we're going to use some trims, which I have sitting right here. You do not have to, at this point, do any trims. I just love trim. So I'm going to put this on. Look how pretty that's going to look. We're going to put that on. Okay. And I like to go just a little bit longer than I need, so that I have like a little handle to go on. I'm probably going to do it right there. Okay. So on the bottom, hot glue. Okay, I'm going to trim the edges off here, the strings off, and then I'm going to trim this here. All right, so there's that. All right, let's do another trim on here. I can either put this here, I like that, or I'm thinking, I did this on my last one, where I put this trim too at the bottom. I put this over this one, and it just kind of, because it's kind of, you can see through it, see? And that's beautiful. Yeah, let's do that. And for all of this type of work, I definitely would use hot glue, because you want that instant adhesion. It's going to make your job a lot faster, a lot easier. All right, let's trim this off again. Okay. And then I can either use this as a trim, or I have this one, and I used this one last time, so I think I'm going to use this one. Look how pretty that is. Yeah, that's gorgeous. I think I dyed this in a big batch. I think I threw it in with a bunch of like RIT dye. It wasn't actually RIT, it was a dye like RIT though. And look how pretty it is. Like a dusty rose pink color. Just saw some glue seepage. We don't want that. There we go. And then let's trim that off. perfect. Then we are going to put trims all around this whole thing. Okay. Let's put trim here at the top first. Oh, and this right here, it as soon as you trim it, it starts unraveling. So I just take a little bit of hot glue to the top of it and just hold it on here. And that will stop the unraveling. Okay. Sorry guys, I got hot glue on my hands and then it started. All right. So we're going to go to the top here and put some trim. Hopefully that looks good. Yeah. Now I'm not going to put trim following here and following there. It makes it start looking too small and it's hard to get into here with your pin. I've done it and it's just, it doesn't look right, and it's also just too hard to get your pin in. It starts making things too tight. Again, take a little bit of hot glue to the edge, just to the tippy edge, and just hold it for a second, and that'll stop that unraveling. It's kind of like when you take like a match or something and you burn the edges to make the stuff stop unraveling, but I'd rather just use the hot glue. Okay. And then I have a whole, this trim right here is always it's at Hobby Lobby. It's only $2.99. It's gorgeous. And I always get it the 40% off. So I'm paying right around $1.50, a little more, maybe $1.60. But look how beautiful it is. Isn't that gorgeous? There we go. This side, that's the right side. Isn't that beautiful? So whenever I'm there and they have it with the, let me get the edges again. With the 40% off, I pick up whatever's on the shelf. I pick it up because I love it. I do a lot of stuff with pink and it matches all my stuff. It's a beautiful trim, so that's what I do. And right now they always seem to have it. I've been buying this same exact trim for years. I'll be sad if they ever stop carrying it. Okay. We're going right over this. Okay. Okay, so then trim off the bottom. Trim this off here. There we go. All right, so let's continue to the other side. And I don't go all the way up because it takes a minute to get this on here correctly. And I don't want the glue to dry. So I just do it a little bit by a little bit. There we go. Okay. All right, let's trim that off. And also let's just secure that edge with a little hot glue. And what I do is I don't even squeeze the hot glue on it. Whatever hot glue is on the edge of the tip of my glue gun, I just use that because it's all you need, just tiniest amount. to do that sealing on the ends. Look how beautiful this looks. Isn't that gorgeous? And you guys, it's so simple. So simple. Okay. You know what? You could put trims back here, but I wouldn't, because if you want this to lay flat in a journal or a junk journal or any other type of journal or a notebook, if you put it there, it won't lay as flat. It'll lay bumped up. So I wouldn't do that. So again, let's just, where's the pin at? Okay. There we go. See? How beautiful. Okay, so now we have this. So now we have a note, we have a journal, we have the pen holder. Now let's make the notebook, okay? Okay. Let me just clear off my desk for a second. Okay. I'm going to, now we're going to use this. Now, remember I was talking about the, this is what this one looks like. Aren't they beautiful? This is the one that I made horizontally, so you can just fold these simply up into signatures this way. The ones I made vertically, you can fold up into signatures that way and do your tall, skinny junk journals. But also to cover things, like I want to make a little notepad out of this, right? So I'm going to take the white edges off, and then I'm just going to fold it in half, and that's going to be my notebook, right? Pause, you guys. I'm going to go over here and take off all the white edges, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've taken all the white edges off, okay? So now we just want to fold this in half. And this one too, I printed on both sides. I printed the black, pink and white polka dots on the other side, like how I told you to do it for the pen holder. Pen or pencil holder, whatever you want, okay? Now, I may have to trim this off at the bottom. Let me see if things line up, because on my slicer, my little blade is getting kind of, you know, dull. So I had to recut things, and so this looks a little uneven here. So I'm just going to trim it up at the bottom. What I mean is I had to recut things because it ripped into my paper. It was, anyway. So it made things not as square as they should have been when I folded it, which is fine. We're just going to trim off the bottom and trim it up. There we go. You guys see why you need this paper slicer in your life? This is why. So there we go. So everything is nice and squared up. All right. All right. Next thing we want to do is we want to trim the corners. Do you have to do this? No. But I think it looks better to round the corners. Just like this. With your corner chomper, this is a crocodile. This, if you with a coupon at Michael's or Joann's, will cost you about $15 with the coupon. It's $30, but probably around $15 with the coupon. They also have smaller ones for corner chompers. If you don't have either one, you can just simply take the corners and just diagonally cut into it a little bit, okay? And then just trim off the end here, and that rounds it out, okay? All right. And then you have this beautiful inside when you open it. Isn't that fabulous? Okay. So what I did is I took a stack of coffee dyed paper and cut these out. What did I trim these to? I have a ruler here on my thing. I cut these to be 5 inches. And then we'll trim off the bottom once I get it in here. 5 inches, it's going to fit on this page. So we're going to put one here, a list of pages, a list of papers. another list pad. So we have 2 list pads inside of here, okay? And I use coffee dyed paper. You can use whatever you want. I use coffee dyed paper and some Japanese calligraphy paper. And that's this right here. You get it at Daiso. So you fill yours with whatever you want. But I love me some coffee dyed paper. And what I do, let me show you what I do. Let me see if I don't have any more of these. I might be out of them. Take a piece of cardstock. This is a piece of coffee dyed cardstock, okay? And you take, I've shown this a million times, but like I said, there's always new people on. That's why I always kind of repeat some same things so that people who are new get it. So if you've already seen this, bear with me. You take a scoreboard and you take a piece of cardstock. Now let's just make sure this is like a whole piece of cardstock. Do I have a whole piece of cardstock here? Right in front of me? No, I don't, but it's fine. All right, act like this is a whole piece of cardstock. You could do coffee dyed cardstock, which is what I did here, or you can do white, whatever color matches your project. You put it on your scoreboard, and every inch you mark. So you mark here, 1, mark it 2, mark it 3, 4, 5, and you just go all the way down until you run out. All right, and then what you want to do is you want to, every 2 lines you cut so that you have a 2-inch strip, okay, like this. If you want this to look more aged, use your Tim Holtz Distress inks, okay? Like suppose you don't have coffee dyed paper, you can just ink this out with Tim Holtz Distress inks and make it look more distressed. And then because you scored it, it easily just goes like this. Bam. Okay? And you have one of these flaps. Now, suppose you don't have a scoreboard. Measure yourself out a 2-inch strip. Okay? Cut it. And then you just simply fold that 2-inch strip in half. And then you have these flaps. Okay? Alright. Learn how to make those flaps. They're super easy to make. And you can do so many different things with those flaps. Okay? You can make gussets and envelopes with them. You can, there's so many things. You're going to see it as you keep watching my channel. Okay, so I have this one here. And like I said, it's been coffee dyed. I absolutely love it. And we're going to take this and we're going to put this at the top. And by doing it, it makes it look like a true list pad, doesn't it? And we're going to staple it on. 1, 2, 3, and then trim it off. And trim it off as straight as you can. Perfect. So there's one list pad. Let's make another one. So stack all your papers together. Take this again. What's left over? We still have enough left to do a second one. Yep. Okay. It just makes it look like a real list pad, doesn't it, when you use these flaps? I think so. Okay, and then we want to trim the excess off again. Bam. Okay, so now we have 2 list pads that we can put in. One here and one here when you open up this little notebook. And I'm going to use hot glue to glue these in. Just making sure my camera is going. Yeah. Okay, you know what? Before I do that, I got to get this little... There we go. All right, so all the way across with the hot glue. Hurry up and get it glued in before it dries. Okay. Again, I would use hot glue for all of this, okay? Because you want that instant adhesion. Okay, so we're going to glue this one in now. Make sure everything folds. Yep, everything will fold. Because we're not into the crease, right? Yep, we're good. Okay. I line it usually up with the edge here and the edge here to make sure you don't get into the butt crack. I learned that from Leslie, Willow House 507. She says that. Cracks me up. Okay. She's always all, because she's very, has a southern accent. Now, y'all need to stay out of the butt crack. That's what she says. Y'all need to stay out of the butt crack, okay? Hilarious. Okay, and it still folds up nice. Look at that. Now, we have, it's way too long, right? So we can go ahead and trim it now. So let's trim it now. Now, you could just put one list pad in here and on the other side put a pocket. You could do that too. But I just thought how cool to have two list pads inside when you open it up. These are nice. These are nice to go into your purse, especially for the Christmas season. How nice, huh? Just as a list pad next to you at your desk. I'm going to put one in my purse and one at my desk. One of my pen holders is going to go in my purse. Okay. And then this folds up really nicely still. Perfect. And now when it folds up, look at everything's even at the bottom now. Okay. Now, you don't have to do this, but I like to put something up here. You could put a piece of lace up here. You could put labels up here, but I have labels and we're going to put labels up here. We're going to put labels up in here. Pick these up at Dollar Tree, especially the ones that are more clear. Follow your dreams, which I love the message, but you can see what's in them. And this is a bunch of handmade labels that I made. They're very vintage or tattered looking. Aren't they fabulous? Okay, and I have a video on how to make these tattered labels. You can check out that video. I'm trying to get something that's a little bit narrow to fit. This fits nice. All right, let's put this one on. And I'm going to use some hot glue. And these are made out of like just leftover cardstock. I had a bunch of leftover cardstock. I was on Temu and I saw these tattered labels and I was going to buy them because I was buying some other stuff. And I went, wait a minute, you can make those. And what a great video. Look at this one. Okay, so look at this one. And then look at this one. And so that's how I got the idea to make old tattered labels. You never know where you're going to get an idea. And they were cheap on Temu, but not as cheap as I can make it. For one, I have a whole bunch of like leftover cardstock I need to do something with, so I use that. And I can make as many as I want. And I'm making it out of leftovers, leftover cardstock that I have sitting around. So, there we go. You can put any labels you want, any labels that you have. I could even use the stamp and stamped up there. If you have a little piece of leftover lace or fabric, I could have put that there. So there's so many ways you could have done that. Okay. So look at that. Isn't that so cool, you guys? Look. I love it. And we fold it and everything goes back in like that. There's the back. Here's the front. You know, I have also from Dollar Tree these really cool Tim Holtz looking stickers. I think they're right for my face. Yeah. See these? Aren't these fabulous? Love these. Let me see which I want to do. I think I might put this one on. Or I might put this wish on. I can't decide. This says wish. Look at these. Look how they look. They look like Tim Holtz metal, like little things. No, these are, they're not. They're plastic stickers from Dollar Tree. These are the bomb. Look at this. How beautiful. It says wish. Isn't that beautiful? And I'm going to put, yep, I'm going to put it right there. Now, I don't ever trust, this is a sticker, but I don't trust that glue. So I'm going to put a little bit of hot glue on the edge here. Not on the edge, on the back. And this piece is kind of separate for some reason. So put a little hot glue here, right in the center. And that fits right in there. Now let's glue this down. Hold that for a second. I'm just looking to see if I want to put any of these metal stickers on anything else that I made, but I don't think I do. I think that's all I want there. So, check these out at Dollar Tree in the craft section. There's a whole bunch of different kinds. And these are the little corner pieces that came, I think are really fabulous. And I was thinking about putting these on the corners of... Yeah, I'm not going to. We're good. We are good. So let me show you what we've made today. And this only took, what, an hour to make all this? We'll do it like this. So we have our journal that we made here. Okay. Make sure when you do a journal that you get, if you're using my printables, that you get one that's printed vertically, not the ones that are printed horizontally, because you want it to fit the notebook, right? You want to cut it to fit it. This I made, these were both made out of the ones that are horizontal, okay? And you can do this out of the horizontal or vertical. You're cutting it 8 by 8, remember? You want it to be square. And just be wary of what you have here, okay? What's going to end up here. Because you want, I think this one's a vertical one too. Did I make this out of a vertical sheet? I'm just trying to show you so that you know what the heck I use. Let me go to my Etsy shop. Yeah, this is a vertical piece too. I don't think I have it anymore. Is this it here? Yeah, this is it. This is the one that I made it out of. Okay, this is the one here. And that's the same. Okay, I should have said it. It's the same as the notebook. So I use vertical here and I use vertical here. What I mean by vertical is how it's printed, how it's made. When it's horizontal, it's made like this, okay? And that's how I made this one, this exact printable, okay? So I can just fold this in half, okay? And this is the one I use for this, all right? In fact, I've shown you enough prints already. You get the idea of what these printables look like, so you can go check out. I won't go through all the printables because you're getting a view of, a feeling of what my printables look like. You go to my Etsy shop, My Fairy Treasures on Etsy. There's a clickable link below. Every 5 pages is $2, and then you can pick these up if you want, okay? So I use this one here for this. There's horizontal. And then the vertical one I use like this. And if it's horizontal, all the sheets in those that little set of 5 will be horizontal. If it's vertical sheets, all set of 5 will be vertical. Okay, so they're not mixed and they're not all mixed up. All right, so I just wanted to share that with you guys there. And so this is everything we made. Oh my God, I absolutely am obsessed with all of it. What a wouldn't this be a beautiful gift? Absolutely beautiful gift to give someone, and it's all super easy. And also this would be good for a junk journal. You could put this in a junk journal. You could put this on the front of a junk journal and wrap like a piece of lace around it and stuff a bunch of stuff on top of your journal. A lot of people do that. You can put this inside your journal if you want. So that is it for this. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd love for you to do so. If you can give this video a thumbs up. Any comments or questions, leave them below. Come visit me on Facebook and Instagram. We have a group called Our Magical Little Place. If you junk journal, art journal, knit, crochet, craft, it doesn't matter. Come join. There's a clickable link below. It's called Our Magical Little Place. Come get inspired, be inspired, inspire others. If you have a YouTube channel, if you have an Etsy shop, you can leave links. All right. So that is it for this one, you guys. And remember, we have more in common than we don't. And together we're stronger. Talk to you guys later. Bye, guys.